BHM2024, home to the morning hustle, Ayeeedubb, and we got a special guest in the studio today in celebration of getting ready for Black History Month. This is a great month for us. We get to talk to so many different people in our communities and really shining the light on them and what they do. So we have a special guest, Amanda Giles. She is owner and operator of the McDonald's in Wendell area. You're going to break it down exactly which McDonald's it is.
Yeah.
But welcome to the station. How are you?
I'm great. I hope you are. Thank y'all so much for having me.
Yes, of course. I was saying earlier how this is like exciting. It's like a new kind of segment we're doing for Black History Month and talking to some businesses. And so I'm just so excited to have you in here and get to know about one of our favorite restaurants, McDonald's. I was telling you I eat there all the time.
Yes, please keep coming, y'all.
Yes. So basically, how'd you get started? Like, what's like your journey? Like, how'd you get into this role of being the owner and operator of that McDonald's location?
So it's kind of a crazy story. So the way McDonald's talks about it, they tell people like, oh, in order to get into McDonald's, you should have ketchup in your veins. So like, I had ketchup in a baby bottle.
Okay.
My parents are McDonald's owner operators. I didn't really understand what that meant until I got into the system. But we had stores. They had 6 restaurants in New York, and in 2011, they sold their stores in New York and moved down here. At that time, I was in college. Studying public health, had no interest in the business at all because they were gone all the time. It's a very hands-on business. So, anytime, I think that's what happens normally when you have people who are, parents or business owners, the kids want to do something in a different direction. Right after I graduated from school, was looking for jobs, working in policy and government, but wasn't really finding something that fit for me. So my parents were like, well, if you're broke, come work with us for a little bit. And, I think a lot of people have a preconceived notion of what McDonald's is. So I kind of fell in that too. I was like, why would I want to work at McDonald's? I've worked at school, I got degrees, all this stuff. But I started working literally on a kitchen table as a crew person in one of their restaurants just to get them some help during the week. And over time, I really fell in love with it. It's a really great training system. McDonald's is very influential when it comes to how they want things done. I'm a type of person that likes structure. So just started to learn the ropes and work my way up from crew person, crew trainer, shift manager, shift leader, general manager, supervisor, director of operations. After that, McDonald's has a next gen program, so if your parents or family members are in the program, they'll teach you how to run the restaurants, learn the ins and outs, operations, finance, etc. So I applied to that program in October of 2020. I got approved and qualified to be an owner operator in October of 2022, so it took 2 years. And then we literally hit the ground running and started building my restaurant. And I purchased my restaurant in September of 23, and we just opened it, and we've been open for about 4 months now.
Oh,
yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you. I'm really hyped. So if you're in the Wendell area, a little away from downtown Raleigh, we're in the Wendell Falls community. It's a new area, growing really fast. We share the parking lot with Publix Grocery.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what's like the trajectory or timeline? So like, when was like the college? I don't want to like give nobody age or nothing, but like, how long have we been like doing?
Yeah, have we been working on this?
Yeah.
So I graduated college in 2012. I'm 33. I'll be 34 next month. In May.
May what? Sorry.
May 3rd.
Stop. You're my birthday
No.
twin.
No way.
Yes.
See, here we go. Taurus, it's that Taurus energy. I appreciate it.
Oh, I love that. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Back to the interview. Go ahead. Yeah.
So I graduated college 2012. Went to graduate school. Actually went to Wake Forest School of Business for graduate school. So finished that in 2013. Started working in the stores 2015. So I literally started as a crew person in 2015. It took me about 5 years to get through the trajectory program from crew person to general manager. So that took about 5 years. I was a supervisor for about a year. And I was active director of operations when I was going through the program. So, so overall, to get to this point, it's been 9 years, which is not a bad trajectory when I think about it,
Yeah, especially doing like all that you've done and all the roles. I don't think 9 years is it's not that crazy.
Like when you're in the weeds and you're doing it, you're like, this is a lot of cheeseburgers. This is a lot of work. But looking back on it now, like, not to shade it, because it's a great industry, it's a great noble profession, but most of my friends are doctors, so to get through that time period and like to work through the same amount of period that we've been working and me get to this point, it's not a bad deal. I'll take it any day.
Oh, I love that. Oh, so exciting. So my next question is, as a local owner and operator, how do you see your role in contributing to the community? Like I said, like we see McDonald's all the time. We see them doing so much in the community too. I guess if you own your own McDonald's restaurant, do you have leeway of what you can do for the community, like your own things you have to do? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, absolutely. So McDonald's in general is already in the community doing a lot. So for us, it's twofold, kind of continuing to put forward those initiatives. So like we have Ronald McDonald House Charity, so we partner with them, provide meals to the families who have to stay there with their children. I think it's a really great program. In terms of community work, we go a little bit deeper, so it depends on how local you're trying to go. My family, I have one restaurant, but we have 6 together. So our restaurants a lot of times will be doing community engagement. So we've done backpack giveaways for back to school. We do donations to particular schools when they're doing any activities or programs. McDonald's internally has a lot of great programming as well. So like we have English Under the Arches. So if English isn't your first language, we offer free classes for any employees with us. We also do tuition assistance to help people pay for college. We have some colleges that partner with us for free tuition for employees. So it's really about like flexing those levers and kind of giving people the support where they need it. But I think McDonald's already is a company brand, so I think we just work harder to take that to the next level. Our restaurant, our organization rather, our mantra for our mission statement is we are a family-led, faith-based organization committed to growing sales, smiles, communities, and leaders one bite at a time. So every year it may look a little bit different, but we always try to sponsor or support any local initiatives. When there's the African American Cultural Festival downtown, we'll support and get a table, voter registration. McDonald's is really flexible in terms of like as long as it's something appropriate to participate in. So, any way we can get in the community, because as much as it's about supporting or like pushing the message of McDonald's, you also want to be involved because that's how you get to know your people. That's really how you find your employees. So that's really important for us.
So is there like a community competition between the McDonald's to try to like get on board of like the community events, or is it like whatever you feel passionate, whatever the owner is passionate about, kind of like that your McDonald's will go after those things more than
Yeah.
Does everybody have their own kind of things they want to be involved in as an owner?
It's definitely like that. Like I said, we do have like similar things. Like we all work with Ronald McDonald House, but it's really about what you're passionate about. Like, my parents, their passion is really about children. So they'll do a lot of donations that revolve around children's activities, children's programs. Like I said, backpack donations. Anytime there's like schools that call us and say, hey, we want to do a breakfast for the teachers, we're always willing to do stuff like that, make donations in that sense. So it's really about what you're passionate about. So I think, like I said, even though McDonald's has certain connotations, you really can go so many places with it, and there's so many places you can touch. Definitely.
Oh, I love that. Good to know. I'm making like mental notes too. I'm like, okay, what can we start doing and helping out? I'm thinking of some stuff, but I love that. And then also another thing is McDonald's is often a lot of times people's like first job, like when they're starting to get into work, everybody's like, mom and dad is like, you should apply to McDonald's, get into like, you can be a line cook or customer service, dealing with the cashier.
Yeah.
So they are a hub for employment opportunities, of course. So how do you approach the hiring process to create a diverse and inclusive team that reflects the community that you serve?
Absolutely. So that kind of feeds on what we talked about. Like, I try to meet people where they're at. So when it comes to community events, like if there's a African American Cultural Festival, the Hispanic or Latin Heritage Festival in Nightdale, because they host that a lot, we'll go to those activities, meet people where they are. Like, hey, we offer these particular programs. And I think right now a lot of places or a lot of jobs are trying to be competitive. And yes, it's really important that you're competitive. It's really important that you're paying people at the right rate. But it's also really important that you're providing things that people are really looking for with a job. So like I said, tuition assistance, free meals. You don't have to pay for your food when you work with us. We give discounts for people on their days off. There's people that we help internally and outside of the restaurant that work for us. So I think that's a really big, important part. And then the second part about it is in terms of people that you bring in, you got to make sure that they know what you stand for. It's really easy to get caught up in this is McDonald's, this is Burger King, etc., and just kind of get a blanket general idea of what all of them are. But like you said, everybody or a lot of people work at McDonald's. Statistically, 1 in 8 people in the United States have worked at McDonald's at least once.
Okay.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
But, I think for us, we have a unique opportunity to provide a positive work experience, give people an introduction of what it's like to work in a professional environment. So anytime we start with that, like I can't speak to every organization, but for us, we do centralized orientation. So we'll bring people in, kind of set the expectation for what we're looking for, tell people how we can help them advance outside of McDonald's, and make sure that, they know that they're a priority. At the end of the day, we sell cheeseburgers and French fries, but we're a people company. So we want to make sure that we provide them as our internal customers as much attention and as much appreciation that we show to our external customers who come to see us and buy food from us every day. And I think that's how you set yourself separate from a lot of other places that are hiring, if you will. And I think that kind of what makes us a little bit more successful when I think about how many people we keep. My staff on average for crew people, I keep people about 2 years, 2.5 years. Managers, we keep people about 5.5 years. And when you think about this industry, the turnover tends to be very high. So for me, I take pride in that, and the fact that we go to the restaurants, we're very heavily involved. So when I see people, I know people's names. We know when birthdays are coming up, who's having a baby. They know way too much about me. So, I think it's keeping people close and just making sure you make that a priority is really what makes a difference.
Oh, that's so good. And it's like it's McDonald's. Like literally, it's like everybody is so recognizable. Everybody has been to McDonald's, knows somebody who's worked at McDonald's. So like,
Exactly.
I think it's pretty, especially when they offer all those initiatives and stuff like that. It's a great place to just work at.
It is, and it's a really great place for people to get started. I think about McDonald's a lot, and people think that it's just a job. You just go in, you collect a paycheck, do whatever you're doing, and you go home. But there's so many more layers to it, and like I think my experience is just a perfect example of that. Like, I had no real interest in coming into the business, started working as a crew person, wasn't sure if this was going to work out for me, but it just opened up a lot of opportunities. And I think there's so many things in McDonald's that you can find something that you like. And as long as it's something you're passionate about, it can take you as far as you want to go. So
Exactly. Love that. So, of course, in celebration of Black History Month, can you highlight any influential figures or mentors who have inspired you in your career with McDonald's?
Absolutely. So I would definitely say my parents at first, like just as a given. My parents, they were not. I'll explain it. So I'm a twin.
Okay.
We have another birthday twin. Birthday twins on twins. Yeah.
Wait, I love the twinage.
Yes.
Okay.
And I remember when I didn't remember because I couldn't physically remember, but my mom tells me all the time, like when we were little, I didn't sleep as a baby a lot. So my dad was NYPD in Long Island, and my mom was a flight attendant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like no real business experience, not really like college education levels, but my mom was up one night because I didn't sleep and saw an infomercial about McDonald's on TV. And she saw an infomercial with an owner-operator. His name was Lee Dunham, and he was, until his passing, he was my parents' mentor. And he was literally talking about how they were looking for minority owner-operators to get into the business. We want to teach people how to do it. You do not have to have experience. If you're interested in applying, let me know. And my mom was one of those people that called like every day for 7 days, and my dad's like, that's never going to happen. I don't know why you're wasting your time with this. And, 7 days later, they met him in a hotel lobby, talked about what was going on. He helped them with their application, and they were really close after that. My parents' first restaurant was in LaGuardia Airport in New York. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
If you've ever been to LaGuardia Airport between 1992 and 2007, there was there's a painted mural on the wall with 2 little girls and Ronald McDonald. That's me and my sister. So if you've ever seen it, that's what that is.
That's so cool.
But that was their first restaurant, and it was really tough for them for a while. But with a lot of persistence and fortitude, they worked their way up to 6 restaurants, worked their way up to develop infrastructure, get supervisors, general managers, and I've learned how to run the system and run the business from them, and that's been really helpful to me. Because McDonald's will teach you how to do a lot of things, but how to have your hand on the business, how to really speak to people, talk to people, get people to buy into what you're working on. That's not really something you can teach. You have to learn that. And, I think I appreciate them very much because I've gotten that from them, and I've seen it transition. We moved down here, and like supervisors, GMs, they're like, we're moving too. So I have people down here who moved with us, who've been with us for 18, 20 plus years. So their experience, they've definitely been super influential because honestly, if I didn't see them, I didn't even know that this would be a thing.
Yeah.
So I would definitely say my parents, other local owner-operators, Gaffney, Gunter organization, they're near you guys. So shout out to the Gunter organization in Raleigh. Shout out to the Wellborn organization in Durham.
Okay.
So we've definitely got several Black owner operators in the area that are very helpful. We support each other. And I appreciate the fact that I'm able to learn from them every day. So. Yeah, that's what I would say for sure.
I'm loving the McDonald's collective group right now. Like, that's so cool.
Yes, it is not a solo mission for sure.
Do y'all do, I'm assuming that, do y'all do like group activities with all like the owners? Like, are y'all like a clique, a gang out here? Like, is it nice?
Yeah, McDonald's gang.
Yeah,
so McDonald's in general, like, they're broken up into regions, so we get together with a lot of the owner operators and we talk about metrics and what targets we're going after and strategy.
Okay.
But the Black McDonald's owner operators, we have a separate organization through McDonald's, so we advocate for each other, help each other out when we're coming across issues that may be unique to owner operators that own restaurants in our neighborhoods and our communities. So it's good to get some feedback and get have support from people who know what you're going through at the same time. So. Yeah, definitely. We definitely do have gang activities.
I like that though, because especially like with being a Black-owned business, already having that major collective of y'all, I feel like that make it so much easier to continue with yours compared to like trying to just do it by yourself of your own store or brick and mortar store. Like having that actual like
absolutely
group is so beneficial. I feel like that's dope. I like that.
Yeah,
I love that. I know we talked before about, McDonald's commitment to like education, growing within the company and things like that, and employee development. But how have you supported the professional growth and advancement of your own crew members? What have you done?
So McDonald's, in terms of our priorities, we want to make sure that we grow people in your organization because you just never know. Stuff always happens. As I went through my experience, like learning and training and going through stuff, I learned about pitfalls and where there are opportunities or where things got difficult. So for me, going through that process made it easier for me to help my people do it as well. So since I started with McDonald's and worked my way up, a big part of going through the program, they want to see that you can develop other people as well. So my general manager for my restaurant right now, shout out to Berenice Fernandez in Wendell Falls, she started as a crew person with us as well. We actually started around the same time. So worked with her really closely to kind of get her experience going, go through training programs. We went to classes together. My general manager at the Nightdale location, shout out to Lee Martinez, I literally trained her from a crew person up. She started with us in crew 2019, and she took over general manager of our restaurant October of 22, and she's grown the store $1 million in sales. She's pulled up about 20 extra staff in that location. So she's a model restaurant for a lot of McDonald's initiatives in the area. So it's really about showing people that it's something you can do. It's overwhelming if you look at it like just on paper. It's a lot of stuff, and it's really easy to just say, you know what, it's really just easier just to make the sandwiches and go home. But the challenge is to inspire and influence people to say like, hey, like there's more to it that comes from you. Like there are opportunities for you to really make changes. My crew people, I tell them all the time, like McDonald's will take you as far as you want to go. It just depends on what you want to do with it. And we have people who are have raising families, buying houses, like first generation in this country buying homes for their families, supporting people to get through college, or first graduate of college and their families, so that's the kind of stuff that you want to perpetuate and show people that, basically it's limitless when you come here. So I've enjoyed that process, developing people, moving people up from crew to shift manager, even helping people get enrolled in classes. I have a manager now who's in college classes, and he's like, I don't think I ever would have did this if I wasn't at McDonald's. So and he's gonna graduate in 2 years with no debt. So why not?
That's great.
So those are the kind of success stories that kind of push you to, like, even when you're having like one of those tough days, it's like, no, this is what we do it for. It's not just about me. It's about making sure these people are advancing as well.
So is it like kind of like if you work at a McDonald's location, or like I said, I never worked at fast food before, but like at the McDonald's, is there these opportunities like within, like, do y'all have like I don't know if it's like a website, or they have it like plastered like as posters, or are like the employees talking to them about opportunities they can do? Or?
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So in our organization, we do centralized orientation. So even though we have 6 restaurants, we do orientation in one place. So we always make a point to have a PowerPoint presentation with all this stuff on it.
Oh, okay.
We also do a poster in the crew rooms. If you go to archwaystoopportunities.com online, it does talk about little details about McDonald's what benefits they offer, what different programs are available. Now, these are only available to people who are members of crew, and there are some like hourly requirements, but most of them don't require full-time hours. So I have people who are working part-time for us and still getting help paying for classes they're taking at Wake Tech and etc. So, I think McDonald's owner-operators in the area are really growing to specifically reach out to people and talk about these benefits. It's just something people don't know a lot about, but I try to push it as much as possible because I think that's what makes the difference between like something that, I'll just come and do a couple hours here and there and say, really, this is something that can push me forward and I'm still getting paid,
Oh, right, exactly. Okay, dope. I love that. We got a couple more questions. Just two more questions.
Go for it.
So, second to last, of course, McDonald's is a global brand. I've been talking about, like, everybody know the arches, everybody know the smell of the French fries being cooked fresh in the parking lot.
Yes.
Not in the parking lot, but you can smell it from the parking lot,
Definitely.
obviously. Yeah. So, and each location has its own unique qualities. So how do you tailor your McDonald's to meet the specific needs and preferences of the local community?
Yeah. So I think that kind of ties into what we talked about in terms of community. Like going to actual community events, meeting people where they're at is really key to kind of getting an idea of what your community is looking like, what your community is really looking for. Like I said, we have 6 restaurants and they're all more or less along the same street, but their customer base, their communities couldn't be any different. So it's really about like taking time to talk to people in the lobby. Like we have at my Pool Road location over by Walnut Creek Amphitheater.
Yeah.
We have a breakfast group that comes every day, and like I have some people like I could pay someone to be in the lobby, but they tell me everything that's going on,
Yeah.
So take that time to sit with them, have some coffee with your community. We do coffee with the cops sometimes at our restaurants too, so that customers get a chance to talk to community patrol and talk about issues that are concerning them. So it's really about getting in deep, talking to your people, talking about what's going on. Even if social media is not like the most popular thing in that area, still just staying on top of it and sharing information with people is how you really get to know your area and know what people are looking for. And it's constant. It's not a one-time thing. You just always have to find ways to reinvent yourself and make an appearance in your area.
And that's important too. Like you said, it's not just a one-time thing. You got to like keep being active and
Absolutely.
keeping your like ear to the streets and what's going on and being like on top of things. So it's always I feel like that would bring like excitement to the job.
Oh,
like
definitely.
where it's not like real stagnant, it's not predictable, like everything would always be kind of like, changing in a good way. And people who want that type of environment, I feel like McDonald's has a good platform for that.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
If you're looking for something where every day is not the same, or just when you think you solve one problem, I think McDonald's keeps me on my toes. Definitely. It's a lot of planning that goes into it. I didn't realize at the same time that as much as McDonald's gives you structure and tells you what to do, as an entrepreneur, you really do own this business. So you own the results. You own how you're hiring people, how you're treating your people, how the quality of your food comes out. Like, that's not something that's happened chance. So it's really important that you're pulling all the levers. You're really paying attention to your business. And I think McDonald's has taught me how to be a better entrepreneur, and I really wasn't looking for that, but like I found it. So it's a good educational experience for sure.
It found you. I feel like it worked out, and everything just aligned, and it all just worked out. Love that for you.
Thank you.
And last question. So of course we've been talking about community the whole 25 minutes. Community is really big on McDonald's, but can you share some of the partnerships or collaborations that you've engaged in to strengthen ties between your McDonald's and the local community? So specific things that y'all have done, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's actually with your radio station when we did women's empowerment. My mom and McDonald's have worked to sponsor those. I think she did the introduction for Taraji P. Henson that one time.
Oh,
you got to hook up.
Okay.
So she's definitely involved in that. For us, we're involved in our local chamber of commerce. Like I'm a member of the chamber of commerce in the area. We're always at school job fairs. I'm constantly at job fairs. So school job fairs, going to the community colleges, talking about the benefits that we offer, and other local businesses, we work with them too. A big one for us, I would say, is McTeachers Nights. So for example, and there are a lot of McDonald's that do this in the area, but what you'll do is you'll have a school down the street or close to you, and they will come talk to you and say, hey, like, can we partner with you to do a night of sales? So like we'll bring the teachers in, they'll bring their mascots in, the kids will come in and buy food, and the point is to grow sales for that particular day from 5 to 8, and we'll donate a portion of profits to the school. So it's a good opportunity for the school, the PTAs to raise some extra money for their school with a brand that's already got wide recognition, you know. And you know, I didn't realize how big of a role it played until I moved here, but there are schools that do my teachers night all the time. I have a wait list right now. So
oh wow,
you know,
okay.
and it's really great because you know the schools need a lot of support. Any way we can support the teachers, so like occasionally we'll provide meal sandwich cards for them. Just any way you can forge a relationship with the local community activities, events, and schools is really what makes that difference for us.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I know we talked a lot about McDonald's, obviously, but I just want to know personally, what do you like to do if you're not working at McDonald's? I feel like you McDonald's something.
Put McDonald's out.
Yeah, you're doing everything McDonald's. What do you do when you're not working at McDonald's?
When I'm not at McDonald's, I sleep. No.
Right. Okay.
You know, I'm trying to make sure I find a balance with my time. You know, I think working and owning a business, especially in the last couple of months, 'cause I've really only owned my store for like 4 months.
Right.
So really kind of getting into that balance of like, okay, if I'm not at work, I cannot be constantly checking emails. I can't constantly be doing this. So I'm getting back on my tennis game.
Nice.
Yes, I used to play in high school, so I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get back.
Okay.
You know, it looks a little crazy right now. We're working on it.
Yeah.
My husband's teaching me how to cook. It's not going well, but you know, he's
Okay.
really good, so it's okay.
Baby steps.
Baby
Okay.
steps, one thing at a time.
Yeah.
And you know, just I actually do a lot of reading. I do a lot of reading.
Nice.
More so just like news reading. I like self-improvement reading. So, you know, just anything that's about self-improvement, anything that's about organization, how you can be more organized. I'm a procrastinator, so I'm trying to get better at that.
Okay.
So yeah, and just mostly just trying to take enough time to be proactive in my business. So if I'm not at work, I'm kind of planning around work. But, you know, I think as I get further along into my entrepreneurship journey, that'll balance out a little bit more. Yeah.
Wow, I'm so excited to see where all this takes off and how, you know, like you said, you've been just the owner of that Wendell location for 4 months, which is still probably a long time in business.
Oh, yeah.
Months. Probably did a lot in those 4 months.
It's been a lot of 4 months. I've been feeling every day, but that's okay.
Yeah. But I'm so excited to see the growth and see what happens in the years to come. And, of course, and then the most important question, what is your go-to McDonald's order?
Ooh.
What's your go-to? I need to know.
My go-to. Okay,
Yeah.
So what I will say, we are about to start advertising for Best Burger. It's a new burger where we're cooking it with onions on that while it's on the grill. So it gives a much richer, much more flavorful, juicy burger.
Okay.
So lately it's been a double cheeseburger. I'm not a huge pickle fan, so sometimes I won't do the
Me
pickles.
either.
Yeah. So
Okay.
so next time if you're around, try a double cheeseburger, no pickle, because the new bun and everything is really good.
Okay.
Or if it's a rough day, I make chicken, and then you got to add lettuce. It's with lettuce, but it comes with tomato and bacon. Add tomato and bacon for that. Yeah.
The McChicken one? Oh,
yeah, the McChicken, and then just add tomato and add some bacon on there.
Yeah.
Let's put you on something.
Please do, Amanda, please.
Yeah.
I'm going to go right after work.
There we
and
go.
give me my lunch right there.
There
So,
we
yeah. Well, I appreciate you so much for coming to speak with K975. And then do you want to put any info where people can reach out to you or, like, get involved with you and know more about you? Do you have anything?
Yeah, absolutely. So we don't have a website. We're working on a website. But,
Okay.
you know, if you're in the area, my new restaurant is in Wendell Falls. It's at 5941 Taylor Road in Wendell, North Carolina. Please come visit me. My people are looking for some customers.
Oh, hello.
The area is growing. It'll be there. It'll get there.
It's coming, yeah.
But if you're in the area, please come see us. We're with Holder Group, McDonald's, Holder, HOLDER, MGMT Group, GROUP is in Paul, at gmail.com. If you're in the area and want to do a collaboration with us or any activities, we look forward to talking to you. Just really excited to put us out there and put the Holder Group on the map for sure.
For sure. Well, Amanda, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And you got to talk to some more people. Your family got to talk to some more people. So we're going to wrap this up. Appreciate you so much.
Of course. Thank you.
And we'll see you at Wendell McDonald's.
Yes, come through and
Period.
make that order.
Period. Keep it like the K975.